Hi guys, in this one, our goal is to get these panels on, get the windows back in because this thing's been stuck in the shed for 2 weeks and it's driving me insane. Last weekend I did put this panel on, just loosely. I didn't record it because I really didn't know what I was doing. Especially under here, where everything had to be cut and folded.
Did you use the folder for that?
No, I had to hammer it. I had to cut it and hammer it.
Really?
Yeah, because it just won't work with the folder. So I had to cut it and hammer it and try and get those lines as nice as I could.
That would have been tedious.
It was. But on the other side, we'll go around there in a second. On the other side, if you have a look at the way this is done, it matches the other side. Excuse the axle stands, I probably don't even need them really.
I was about to say, it's a bit loose. They're just handy to have.
So yeah, I had to cut them over, hammer them, and muck around with them. So on the other, it mirrors what they've done on the other side. I still have this problem here. I'm going to have to tap this down a bit. It's a bit wrinkled because when they folded these things up, I'll show you on this one.
Oh, they didn't open it, eh?
They didn't open it, so look at that. That's shut hard there.
So that little.
So I have to go along with a screwdriver and prise it open, which is a pain. But it's not seen. So that's the front side panel there. And that's the front panel, which we're going to do. This here it's only just loosely put on at the top. So we'll hang the front panel first. Then we'll hang this side panel, and we'll only hang them in the top, and then we've got to check that all these folds line up. So if you come here,
Sorry, I was just trying to get good lighting.
Yeah, it looks bad at the moment, this join, but once that's put in,
Would you rivet it?
yeah, once that's riveted up, that'll line up.
So just and then there.
Yeah, I'll match what they've done on the other side. So you put one there, here, here, sort of thing, just to really pull that in tight, and I'll run a bead of silicone down it.
So this side like down below is a bit almost done, eh?
Yeah, but we'll have to hang that other one just to make sure these lines are correct, and then we'll put a bead of silicone, and then we'll go along and rivet them down all the panels at the same time so they pull up nice. I'm really tempted to undo this.
You take those off, because
Well, I don't know what's underneath that, but the curiosity's killing me. Because I mean, if I could take this panel off, see these rivets up here?
yeah.
If I could take this panel off easily, my God, would it made my life easier.
And take it off then.
Well, it's easier said than done. But if you come around here, I've got to make this lip fold under there. So I've got to tap that down and still be able to put this back in and make these join, which is just a friggin' nightmare. So
Not a screw in the way?
no. Well, I'm going to tap all this down flat. We've got to get it so these can hook into each other and then somehow push it down with this panel over the top. So if I could take this panel off, it would be way easier. We'll see. We'll just go around the other side. So if you have another look there, how that is done, and come around the other side, and you'll see that it's the same. Like I say, I didn't record it because I didn't really know what I was doing. So if you have a look at this one, so you've got the same sort of radius. That one's a bit sharper up there, but similar sort of radius here and the way they're folded over.
I think the other folds, these are a bit like, not to be rude, but like a little bit like joined together.
Yeah, well that's the factory for the way they've done it at the factory. So they've cut it and then they've just hammered it down.
And your one's kind of like an opening here.
Yeah, well, a closed one's probably better, to be honest. But anyway, so what we'll do is we'll get set up. This front, what I probably need to do first is this thing down here, which holds the front panel.
Yep.
I'm going to drill out the old rivets and reattach that. Possibly even open it up a little bit. Yeah, so that's been closed up where it's been hit. And then we're going to have to try and slide that panel in, undo these handles, try and get up under here and line everything up. It's going to be a nightmare. I'm not looking forward to it.
Are you going to paint those handles?
No.
Oh, they're kind of good.
No, I've been avoiding this for ages because it's going to be really difficult, but...
Might as well get the hard jobs out first.
Yes. Alright, we'll have a play. I've just taken this off. This is the panel that holds the front panel there. It pulls up under here. And you can see there, it's got a dent in it. Can you see that?
Yeah.
And it's also pushed it in here, which will make it really hard to get the new front panel underneath. So I'm just going to open that up a bit, and I'm just going to whack a dolly on that and see if I can get the dent out of it.
Okay.
Alright, right. So a bit better.
I can't hear you. 3, 2, 1. I might cut it there, Dad.
Okay, I've just tidied this up and riveted it back on. So it's a lot stronger now than what it was. I'm just going to tidy up. This wiring's like spaghetti, so I'm going to throw some shrink wrap at it just to tidy that up before I put that in, then we'll slide the panel over it. Okay, we'll sort of prep this as much as we can. And we're just going to throw the insulation back in. I'll do that just before I final fit it. But I've got the other piece over here, right there, and we're just going to put the old one on top of it and create a pattern, cut it out, and hopefully it fits. And the thing that's a real pain is they've done the same thing here and folded that bottom over real tight. So it means I've got to work my way all along there and open it up, which isn't much fun. Right, we'll grab the other bit. Okay. One thing I am going to have to do here, before I can use it as a pattern, is I'm going to have to get a dolly and a hammer and just straighten that out. And especially over here, where the accident damages, and here it's obviously particularly ugly. So we'll have a crack at that. Right, I've hammered this up. It hasn't come out too badly. Down the side, obviously still very ugly, but good enough to get a pattern off. So we'll line it up and hopefully it works. I'm a bit worried about this. It's quite difficult to do. Okay, we're all marked out. I don't know if you can really see that, or at least you can. Hopefully this is going to fit because I've only got one shot of it. So I'm going to cut this out now, and then we'll open up that tab and slide it in. I'm just going to do it on time lapse. Alright, as you've seen, we've just cut all this out, smoothed it off. We're about to put it on, see if it fits. We actually found a bit, this bit here, that was in it, or was attached. I'll show you. That was attached there. So I'm hoping by using that it's given me what should be a perfect line really. Here's hoping. So what we'll do is we'll throw some insulation in it and line it up and hopefully it works. Okay, we've just slid this panel on. A bit of mucking around but not too bad, but look at that. That is, once pushed in, really nice. This bit here taps over, so that's okay. The camera issues. And it taps over down the bottom there, so we've got a bit of mucking around to do there, but it's not too bad. So what we're going to do, before we go any further, gee, it looks a lot better than what it did when it had the accident, is put some insulation in there and cut that bit out, but it's got to line up with that, which is a real pain. So I'm going to have a go at it now. Right, we're just working on this side panel here, which we've got the new piece underneath. And this bit here, which is pretty munted, I've got to try and beat it into shape to get a fairly accurate pattern. Specifically these bits here, and just to make it even harder, somebody put body filler in it. So I'm just going to work this now, flatten it out. You can see here it's had that's all body filler in there as well, and down there. Look at that. Look at that big. So it's obviously had previous damage in this panel before, and somebody's filled it up full of bog. Pretty strong bog. Alright, I'll give it a whack, get it in shape, and we'll come back in a sec. Alright, I've just flattened this off through here. Try and get a pattern on it. It's going to be a challenge. Not quite sure how I'm going to do that. Because look at that. It's certainly been, at some point in its life it's been hit, and somebody's just skimmed it all the way down there. I might just try and hammer that flat as well, just to get it as best as I can. Alright, we've just painstakingly cut this out, hoping that it'll fit. I'm pretty confident it will. The hardest part is, I just have to swap film with my left hand. See these tabs here, I need to fold, and I'll put a straight line on there in a minute. But basically I've got to, and I can't use the bender for it, I've got to bend those over, and then they've got to meet with that angle there, hopefully, as well as that does. Alright, I've just marked this out. So that fold. Okay, what I need to do now is cut out that part of the fold there so the other one will fit over the top of it. And because they have to meet up under here, hopefully that's recording, I have to cut out that piece and along here so it flushes up as well. So I'm going to do that now. Alright, everything fitted on. There's lots of finessing to do, especially around that front bit, but this is what we want to see here. sorry, it's me trying to kneel down and hold on the camera. Those lines meeting nicely. There. You want that to be seamless. That still a bit needs to be sanded down a bit where I've cut it. But there. Oh, that one's a tiny bit different, but it's not pushed in properly. There we go. So nice lines, nice joins. This one somehow is going to fit over the top. I haven't figured that out yet, but worried about that bit. We've sort of just quickly thrown that together. It's got to be riveted up, and I'll sand this down to join, but we're pretty close. This panel might have to go up just a mil or two. Down here, you see where we've flattened that out there? So that's going to get riveted in, and this one will get tapped over. I'll show you what we've done at the back. Same thing. So the edge gets tapped over like that. The bottom of this, up the front, for some reason doesn't quite meet up, so I've got a little bit of work to do there. Just to try and figure out why that's the way it is. But all in all, it's not too bad because they're very complicated to do. More complicated for me anyway. Nice brand new Aero Straight alloy. And where it was crashed, obviously once that's hammered over, perfect line. So we're sort of starting to get pretty close. So once we've got everything lined up where I need it to be, then I will run a bead of silicone down the inside of both of those joints, and then come down evenly and put the rivet lines down, space them out properly, and then same thing around the front here. Then we've got to figure out how we get those panels to join, throw the windows back in, and then we're going to start attacking the roof. So I'm going to go and have a beer now because it's probably close to 7 o'clock, but I'm really happy with that. That is not too bad at all. And once that's painted up, it'll be really nice and straight. If I find anything, I'll put a little bit of filler in, but I'm thinking that's going to be smack on. Alright, we'll revisit again, not tomorrow because it's Darren's birthday tomorrow. We're doing the Rainbow's End thing, but maybe Monday night. It's Saturday now. Okay. Hey guys, look, it's a couple of days later. We've had a bit on with birthday parties and other bits and pieces, so finally got another couple of hours to spend on the van. What I'm going to do is, now that these are sort of lined up nicely, I'm going to come across the top here and rivet them off. And then what I'm going to do is mark the rivet lines here. Then we'll run a bead of silicone, and then we'll final rivet this all the way along. So we'll have a go at that now. I'll just drill these out. We'll start about there. I've got one there. I've got one there, which is probably okay. I'll probably go about there. This will all be unseen, of course.
We'll let you know when we're done.
Yeah. Right. I've riveted all the way along the top now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rivet down here. So what I've done is I've got a piece of scrap, and I've just gone around the other side of the caravan and taken a note of where the rivets are, because I like to keep them factory if I can and evenly spaced. So I'm going to do them simultaneously coming down, but first I'm going to run a bead of silicone, and I'll just get somebody to pull this panel back for me while you film. Won't be a sec. Boy.
Yep.
Just got to pull this panel back. button. Doesn't want to come out.
What do you want, a solid going down the side?
That's what I wanted it to be. There. Okay,
You want me to hold that out?
just a little bit, yeah, just about here. Yep, not too far. Oh, geez, I'm off the side of the panel. No wonder I'm not getting anywhere.
Isn't that quite annoying to do?
Yeah. But you need to do it. Certainly not my finest beat of silicon. Okay, Everest. There we go. At least we know they're nice and tight.
That's quite nice. The top bit isn't, but that is.
Thanks, mate.
I'm kidding. Sorry, dude.
And up to my board spot, I hope.
Yeah. Here we go, real quick. So pop those back on. Like that.
Can I push it down?
That'll squeeze those up. That's also, as well as waterproofing it, it's an adhesive as well. Yeah, it's alright, mate. I'm just gonna, the rivets will take it up. So the first one. Yeah. There. I like to just pull them down. I do them like this so it pulls the panels in nice and even. Okay, I'll grab some rivets and rivet those ones in. Okay, so push that right in nice like that. And if you see how tight that line is there,
Excuse me.
that's what we're looking for. And same with this one. I want to push that in nicely. Give ourselves a nice line. Same with this one. Alright, I'll come back when we've done them. Okay, we've riveted all this down now. There are a couple of minor gaps here and there. Now, that one's better. This one's got a few more. They're not huge, but they're there, but I just don't think it's worth putting lots of rivets in there. What I'd rather do is just run a really fine bead of silicone down there just to close that up, and once it's painted white you won't see it. The main thing is that our lines are straight through that join. If we step back, it's probably hard to see on this angle, but they look nice and straight all the way down, which is what we're looking for. I've just sanded that edge a bit there where I cut it and filed it. Let's go past the hoist. And this side, same thing. Lines are straight, and that's what we're looking for. So what I'm doing now is just playing with this front part, because this here comes back and then taps over. That's why I've cut that back. But it's not fitting right down there, and I think what it is I'm going to cut a slither out of there where I've marked that line, and I think that might help relieve it. So I'm going to have a crack at that now. Alright, I've just cut a bit off that. It's not great, but it's better. It's the best I'm going to get it. The only other issue I have is the top of that should be on the top of there. So I'm going to cut that, and then I'm going to tap this panel over and hopefully get it to flatten out, and I'll rivet it back. I've just finished this area here, tapping it over and throwing some rivets through. It's not perfect around there, but it's not bad. But if we stand back and have a look, considering it had an accident, look how nice and straight that is now. Nice straight line, which is what we're after. So I'm just going to do this top curve bit now. Just get that together properly. I haven't riveted that yet, so it's sitting quite nicely. So I'll have a crack at that and see how we go. Okay, I've just finished up this bit here. It's not sort of as crisp and square as I'd like, but look, it's pretty good. It's not too bad. And we're going to put run a bead of silicone around it. So there's just like a tiny bit in there. It's not 100, but I don't really want to go tapping that down anymore. But once it's white with white silicone in there, it's not going to look quite as pronounced as what it is now. So this side's pretty much finished now. I've just got to run some rivets along the bottom. As far as the bottom panel is concerned, I've got to figure out how on earth I'm going to make those two fit together, which I'm sort of dreading. And I've just got to sort out the other side as well of this front panel. Exactly the same thing, just needs to be tapped over. I won't bother filming that one. Alright, we'll carry on. That's about enough for this one. It's already 30 minutes long, so it's going to start to drag a bit. The only things we've got really left to do is I've got to throw some rivets underneath, tap the other side round, and sort that out. And really that's about the channel's going alright, but what we really do need is lots more likes and lots more subscribers. So hit the like button as much as you can, and if you're not already subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you can do that as well. And what we're going to do next is, I was going to do it in this video but didn't get that far, get these windows back in, somehow figure out how to reattach that stuff. Might even have to unpick a bit of this. which I'm probably going to do anyway because it's just the curiosity's killing me is how it's put together. So we'll do that in the next one. See you then.